Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And some room to work. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
A first down throw from Mayfield to the right side and complete to Njoku. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Mayfield to throw it. Gets it to Gordon. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down, McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Mayfield now. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception and as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw on second down. Brock. And this will be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Lets it go for Nelson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense.
Detroit! Detroit!
Mayfield on play action. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Detroit! Detroit!
They go play action. Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Jordan Willis. He's the one to get it this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The linebacker, Stephon Anthony with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
This is McCaffrey on the give. Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
To throw on 3rd down. Brock, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. A big 3rd down play there for the Bengals. 47 yards. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like it. I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football. And that's worked for the defense early in this game. And now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point.
Gone! Gone! All right, here we go. 3:19. 3:19. Gone!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brock, and the grab by Croft. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a carry for Bernard. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Bullock will put this one through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack. But I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone and into the offensive backfield. He's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. Has bred this big defensive tackle.
Now he'll let it go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield on first down. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. On 3rd down, Mayfield. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Throwing on 1st down. Brock, he drops it off for Bernard. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Looking to throw. Brock. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while they'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
1st down, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. 20! Wide open receiver complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. From the red zone now, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Give him a gain of 4. Able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs. In the top 5 in the NFL, it's all a mindset. And I'm guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Mayfield. Flush to his right. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down.
Gone, 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 gone.
4th down, Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
On 1st down, Brock. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 2nd down. Brock looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Set. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
The final shot before break. Block. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. An NFL update, 2nd quarter now in Jacksonville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Mixon will get it to start the 2nd half. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brock. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. This is McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A first throw for the backup Osweiler. Flushed out right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and a mile.
56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Osweiler. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Whoosh.
Whoa! It still won't go down. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, Brock. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I had to double-check my math, but it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it, but the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that. Yeah,
you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off at the 49. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let this one go deep. So they took a shot. On first down, but couldn't connect. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, they can also make plays himself, as we just saw there. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
Detroit!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
Following the fumble recovery. Brown in trouble, and the ball's out. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
A check of the scoreboard there in the 3rd and Baltimore. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Here's a toss coming right. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the run, he'll let this go. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Back to throw. Brock dumps it off to Mixon. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. To throw on 2nd down. Brock. And his pass incomplete. E.J. gains the one that time to knock it away. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
A running play now for Ivory. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brock. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. The 40. He's at the 30. The 20. 10. 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will make this a 19-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing after the interception. Block. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Off the play fake. Brock. And this one is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Brock, he's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Looking to throw. Brock lets it go for Nelson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jabril Peppers, the former 1st-round pick there on the coverage. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, this is my theme with Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. The Browns on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Yeah, we'll see what his offense can do. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing on first down. Brown, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Flushed out right. This is caught inside the 15. They give him a gain of 38. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Forced out to his left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. It's their quarterback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns add on to their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. On first down, Brock. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here, eluding the pressure right. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
And he lost the football, and the Bengals have recovered it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but then ultimately,
under pressure, they got him again. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw. Brock. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And this is a situation where defensively, Brandon, you're going to be so excited. It's getting late. You've got the lead. No reason to not just pin your ears back and go. Bring the pressure. And here they hit him as he's releasing the football, and that's going to help lead to the interception.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Step and a loose football. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Stepping up, he's going to keep. And he coughed it up, and the Bengals grab it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
So after that sequence, if we're watching both teams' defenses, didn't it feel like a revolving door? One's on, they think they're off for a while. The other has to come on, they think they're on for a while. Then they're off, here comes the other one. Just kept turning the ball over. They've got to cut that out.
Hurry up, here we go.
Following the fumble recovery, Brock. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So despite the huge deficit, They're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Partner, pretty solid, convincing win here in this one. We did have some excitement down to the very end, though. This game ended on a rare onside kick, but they didn't recover it.
And they were in great shape anyway, but going ahead and recovering, finishing things off, being part of that good hands team, it's an honor, but you want to make sure you do actually recover the ball.
Well, I'm just glad that it gave us a little something there at the end because this one was over beforehand.
You're right. You're exactly right. Down the stretch, last one. Yeah, that gives a little something to bounce out of here on.
So for the Browns, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.